Hello everybody, Dark Skeleton here. If you're a new player to Hearthstone, then you're probably aiming to get a lot better at the game. You may have even run into the situation where almost every single person on the ladder is defeating you outright. And if you're very perceptive, or you've been around for a little longer, you may have noticed that many people play very similar decks inside of Hearthstone. And for this is that as a competitive game, many people, or most people, inside of Hearthstone are constantly trying to get the edge on their opponent. They're trying to play optimally. And with the internet as a resource, it's very easy to go look up information on how to get better at the game, or more specifically, how to have a better deck so that you can increase your win percentage. Now, if you go to Hearthstone.com or a similar site, you can find many people who have actually posted their best deck lists. And many of the most popular decks on this site are going to be listed as top 100 legend, high win rates like 70-80% win rate, or similar names to that. So if you want to be competitive in Hearthstone, you have to do the same thing that other players are doing. To make your own deck in Hearthstone that is actually competitive is a very difficult task to achieve. Because most of these decks, the ones that are really good, the ones that are crushing you in every game, they were created by players who are incredibly good at the game, usually legend players. The legend decks, naturally, unless they are lies, do come from legend players. And legend players, I think, are in like the top like 0.1 or 0.5% of players in the game. So as a new player, you're just not going to be able to compete with those decks. You will struggle like day after day to create your own deck that can come close to matching one of these net decks or meta decks, depending on how you want to refer to them. So if you want to be playing competitively, the only real way you can do it in the short term is to do what your opponents are doing also. So what I would recommend is you go to a site like Hearthstone, find the class that you want to play. For instance, let's just say you were trying to do mage today. Maybe you have mage daily quests. And look for the decks that are the most popular, the ones that have the most rank up, especially the ones that claim a very high win rate percentage or that they have gotten to legend rank. For instance, here we have an Echo Reno deck that claims 88% win rate. I'm kind of skeptical of that, but it could be a pretty solid deck. I definitely know that Echo Reno has been able to be played successfully. And the best decks are often going to have videos associated with the deck you're trying to play. So you can go check out that video and confirm that it's as good as people are claiming it is. If you don't have all the cards, try to make minor substitutions. Many people will actually say in the comments like, oh, okay, if I don't have, let's say, Dr. Boom, what do I put in the deck? Well, the answer is actually, for Dr. Boom right now, a couple days before Standard gets released, you basically want Dr. Boom in every deck. But after Dr. Boom leaves Standard mode, it may be different. So you copy the deck list, you make a couple substitutions for the cards that you don't have. Often asking people in the comments is a good way to get suggestions on what cards you should put in over the other cards. But if you go and copy the decks that legend players are using, and you use them in your own games as accurately as you can play to the original deck list and the playstyle of that original deck list, you should be able to climb the ranks pretty easily. Because the best decks are going to crush all the other decks. So you could easily see yourself go up several ranks just by playing a better deck. Trust me, it makes a huge difference in the game. There is a skill component in Hearthstone, but the most important thing is the deck you're playing. Even a legend player can't win with a garbage deck. Not consistently, anyway. So if you're serious about playing ranked in Hearthstone, and you're not a legend player yet, then you should probably look to the players who are the best of the best, find out what they are playing, and try to imitate what they're doing, and that will get you a lot closer to the level that they're playing at. Beyond that, just playing a lot more games, gaining experience, learning when to play certain cards and when not to play certain cards, that'll make you better in the long run. But the short run way to get a higher ranking, not necessarily better at the game, but a higher ranking, is to play a significantly better legend deck. So I hope this helps a bunch of you new people out in Hearthstone. If you haven't already heard of Netdecks, Even if you haven't seen this video, if you are a new player or one of your friends is a new player, sooner or later they'll run into the idea of net decking. But this is to get those people who are brand new to the game a little bit of a head start. I don't think it's really anything to be ashamed of. It's just people want to play optimally, and if you try to fight people who are playing optimally, suboptimally, you're just going to lose. So without further ado, I've been Dark Skeleton. Thank you for watching this video. Hope it helps you, and I'll see you in my future videos.